What's up, traders? I got a great video for you today. Just got out of the surf, sun's shining, sandy, salty body, feeling good. So I put out a video the other day. The title of the video was Creating a Consistently Profitable Trading Portfolio That Wins Every Day. And the concept is to construct your portfolio of strategies in a certain way where you're able to have a lot of winning days. And one of the examples of strategies that I used in there is hedging uncorrelated or even inversely correlated trading strategies, longs and shorts at the same time. But I haven't got into more ideas. But I got a very interesting comment from Alpaca Bull 98, who says, you want to log in every day and see that you're profitable. You don't care about weekly or monthly progress. You want progress every day. This isn't realistic. Being successful is about probabilities and knowing how to lose. This expectation of yours will stunt your growth if it hasn't already. You believe one shouldn't have to hyper-focus on learning how to trade to be successful, but yet you want to be profitable every day. You're drinking your own Kool-Aid. I love YouTube comments. I love pushback. I love feedback because it challenges me. I don't have very much of an ego. I try not to. I'm open. I'm someone who enjoys criticism because it makes me think. And this guy has some good points, but we're going to get into it. On the other hand, I still believe what I believe. But there's 2 points we're going to get into. The first is, does it make sense to try to be profitable every day or most days? And the second is, how much time do you need to devote to trading? How much time does it make sense to get good at trading, to hyper focus on it? Okay, so 2 subjects in this video as we drive home. The first one that we're going to get into is portfolio consistency. So I read Market Wizards. I've studied a lot of the top traders. Richard Dennis probably has the single most biggest return. He turned $400 into hundreds of millions of dollars. $400 into hundreds of millions of dollars. However, he had many 50% drawdowns along the way. And when he got into managing money, he blew up a fund where he had a 50% drawdown. They had to shut down the fund. So the thing about managed money is they care not about raw return. They care about risk-adjusted return. So there's different metrics that you can look at, but essentially the greatest return annually compared to the greatest drawdown, right? So the best fund managers aren't the ones that have the best returns. They have the best risk-adjusted returns, right? If you could do 20% in a year with a 1% drawdown, that's incredible, right? So on the other hand, you don't have to trade. Is Richard Dennis really the best then? I would say not necessarily, right? Who has the best risk-adjusted returns? I'm not sure who it is, but someone who has great risk-adjusted returns is Paul Tutor Jones. Now, Paul Tutor Jones is another market wizard, and he has this concept he talks about of, first off, he's trying to make himself as relaxed as possible in trading, make himself comfortable, and he's just trying to make money every day. He wants his, not necessarily realized profit, but he wants his portfolio to be higher every single day. And honestly, if you look into this, there are certain traders who win every single month. There's a guy, Gil Blake. I think he had 56 straight profitable months. Let's be real, to have 56 or 60 straight profitable months, you need most of the days. You don't have that many losing days, right? There's another guy, the high win rate trader in there. It's crazy. There's people with 99% win rate, There's people who don't really lose all that much. It's not common, but I don't think it's wrong necessarily to be like, all right, psychologically, my preference is a low drawdown strategy that most days equity portfolio is up, right? That can be a goal, and I think it's okay, and it's not necessarily unrealistic. That said, it is maybe a handicap in some ways too, right? Where you can make more returns if you're willing to have those bigger drawdowns. And in the end, for me, I end up with the drawdowns anyways. So, yeah. As far as the second part of the discussion, where brother's telling me I'm drinking my own Kool-Aid. Well, first off, I mean, if you look at me, I've been hyper-focused on trading for years. I know I'm doing other things outside of it, but man, I trade every day. I post video trading videos every day. I'm talking about it, journaling about it outside of it. Trading is one of those things where you get diminishing returns for how much time you put in. And honestly, for anything, you can get really good at anything by giving one focused hour a day, every day. If you stick with that for years, you're going to get really good at anything. And I believe you can be really good at trading or anything from a focused hour, right? Most people aren't giving focused hours. You give a focused hour every day for years. You don't necessarily need more than that. You do more than that, and it's just a slippery slope to addiction, compulsion, overtrading. It's kind of unnecessary. So I want to push back on that too, and stick with the idea that you don't necessarily need to spend more than an hour a day trading. I mean, ideally you could spend more than an hour a day reading books related to trading, studying, system development, and so on. For me, all that ends up moving towards chart trading. So all that said, maybe for me, I have trading problems. I have problems. I have psychological problems in my trading, right? So, I mean, on one hand, I believe what I believe. On the other hand, my growth as a trader is stunted for various reasons. And I'm recording this right now, and as of today, I don't want to trade anymore. I'm happy to talk about it. But if you look at I'd love a comment on this. You guys who watch my trading sessions, how many times to the start I'm like, I don't really want to trade today, right? I'm doing things out of obligation. It's not authentic of desire, right? I'm doing it to get even, for the story, for the money. And I'm not saying to quit trading, actually. It's just I'm pretty good at developing systems. I'm not very good at following the systems manually, and it's a lot of time to do it, and I could just get an algo set up. So I'm gonna do it. But in terms of the system development, I mean, it didn't take more than an hour a day. As far as portfolio returns, I'm trying to combine strategies that smooth the returns, and I think that's a reasonable thing to do. I think it's a fine goal to have. But at the same time, it's true, you have to risk, and oftentimes a greater drawdown, greater return. But when you have big drawdowns, it calls into question the strategy itself. When I worry about systems losing efficacy over time, and what is a sign to stop using a system if it goes into a fat drawdown? So I'd rather just avoid it, because I don't think it's necessarily wrong to system hop when you have a max historical drawdown, because it's like maybe the system doesn't work anymore, something's wrong with it. why don't I trade another way or do something else, right? So I want my systems to be relatively consistently profitable, so I don't need to even think about shutting them off and worry about this doesn't work anymore, right? So I mean, it's all hypothetical, but I guess I could end this by saying you can trade in all kinds of different ways in terms of time investment, and you can trade in all sorts of different ways in terms of goals of portfolio, and yeah, is what it is. Appreciate y'all. Much love. Let me know what you think in the comments. I look forward to seeing them. Peace.